In this video, I'm going to take a deep dive into Beauty Pie's makeup for mature skins. Welcome to Beauty by Des. I'm Des, I'm over 60 and I love talking about makeup, skincare, clothes and other bits and bobs that make me happy. I have a website called Beauty by Des and I'm on Insta and Facebook too. And if that sounds like your kind of content, then please consider giving me a thumbs up because it lets me know that I'm on the right track. And better yet, subscribe to the channel so that YouTube considers my videos to be put in front of older women who might enjoy this kind of content. So without further ado, let's crack on. So, Beauty Pie makeup. I am really excited for this video because I had done a deep dive into Beauty Pie as a brand, and I'll link the video that I did up in the corner for you down below in the description box. I did that quite a while ago, probably 2 or 3 months ago now, and I have to say I was a little bit disappointed with the one makeup product that I did buy, which was an eye palette. Well, in fact, it wasn't a complete eye palette, it was an eye palette with, I think, a highlighter and a blusher as well, but I was really disappointed. I didn't find the pigment very strong. There was not much of a colour payoff. It really wasn't a very successful palette in my view. I mean, pretty neutral shades. They looked okay, a bit bland maybe. So I was really excited when I saw that Beauty Pie had collaborated with somebody called James Molloy, who I believe is a makeup artist. And he had collaborated with them to bring out some eyeshadow quads. Now, I am in the market for some quads rather than some massive palettes. In fact, I'm going to steer right away from any palette that has probably more than 6 shades because I just don't use them. So I was really excited about this. But while I was on the site, I thought, well, I might as well try a few other makeup products because I paid for the membership. I paid £59. I'll get into the membership in a moment, just briefly. But I thought, well, I might as well get some more products because once you've paid the membership fee, they're incredibly reasonably priced. Now, let me quickly tell you about the membership. There are 3 now membership types and they've changed since I did my last video. So now you can get what they call a day pass. So for £10, a one-off fee, you can get products to the value of £300. Now the value is not what you're going to pay. The value is what Beauty Pie put on the price of their products if you were to buy them at full price. So for example, what I'm going to show you in a moment, sorry, I just banged my hand. What I'm going to show you in a moment comes to the value of £151, I think, what they calculate, what you would pay for a normal brand of this quality. But I only paid £48. So other memberships are £59 and £99. And in my previous Beauty Pie video, you will find out lots more information on how the membership works. But it's basically a subscription service and you pay a lot less for the product. So I've got 5 makeup products to show you and I'm really excited about the first one because it is a primer. Now, if you've watched other videos of mine, you know that I don't use a primer because most primers either have fragrance in them or I just don't find that they do anything extra for my skin. But given that this primer doesn't have fragrance, none of the products that I have used today are fragranced. I'm allergic to fragrance and I'm allergic to a particular type of fragrance called citral, which has other derivative names like geraniol and limonene. So I can't have anything that either has any of those ingredients in them, or what usually happens is when a product is fragranced, it tends to use the word parfum, which means fragrance in French. And that's a generic term which doesn't tell me what the actual ingredients in the parfum are. So I have to steer clear of those as well. It's very boring. But anyway, I'm happy to say that none of the products I'm going to be using today have any fragrance in them, and that particularly applies to the primer. So what I've got on my skin is a Beauty Pie product which I bought a few months ago, and it's the Ultra Light UVA UVB SPF 25. And I absolutely love this. It goes really well under makeup. It's really light. In fact, let me just show you a little bit. It's a fluid. It's a beautiful fluid. It doesn't feel stingy at all on the skin. It doesn't leave a white cast. I'll just rub it in for you so you can see it immediately sinks into the skin. Look, no white cast. It's absolutely fantastic and I love it. And it is virtually my holy grail SPF at the moment. So that's what I've got on my skin. So the primer is called Wonderfilter Velvet Finish Primer and it's £11 and 6p in the UK, which has a value of £35. Now what it says is, with cloud-like softness and skin-perfecting blurring, wear it over your moisturiser to soften the appearance of large pores and fine lines, or under foundation if you need it, so your makeup blends and wears longer. Well, that's what we're going to do today. With Vita Rose or Vita Rose extract, effervescent oils and texture perfect technology. No talc, no parabens, not that I'm bothered about that, no D5, which I haven't looked up so I'm not quite sure what that is, but most importantly, no fragrance. So let's crack on. So it comes in this lovely little jar like this, very pretty. All the Beauty Pie products are beautifully packaged. They come in a lovely box, they're all wrapped in pink tissue paper. Not that that matters really, but it's very attractive and everything is recyclable, I think. Okay, so that's what it looks like as I've opened it up, and let us put our finger in it. Ooh, that feels very, very nice and smooth. And that's what I'm getting, a sort of pinky hued, slightly shimmery look to it. Let me just see if I can show you on the camera. Right, put my hair back and let's start applying it. I maybe won't put it on all over, but I'll put it on where I think I need it. So on the cheeks, definitely on the chin. Sorry, I've got a bit of hair there. Definitely on the chin and around the top lip because of the inevitable fine lines up there. It is feeling very velvety, I must say. Well, it does feel really, oh my gosh, yeah, it feels really velvety and soft. That is absolutely lovely to apply. Okay, so I'm going to pop my foundation on and we'll see whether it makes a difference. Right, I've just applied my foundation. I'm just going to moisten that little sponge and just pat it on a bit. I mean, it is looking great, but of course it's hard to tell, isn't it, what the foundation would look like. Without it, I would have to do a comparison, but if you are in the market for a primer, it certainly went on beautifully. As I say, I find it very difficult to find a primer that doesn't have any fragrance in it, but if I wanted one, I think this would be very, very nice. It certainly felt beautiful on the skin when I put it on. Right, there we are. Yeah, I think that's looking very, very nice. Whether it's blurred anything or not, who knows, but I think it's looking very nice. So now I'm going to put my concealer on, do my eyebrows, and then we'll come back and do the eyeshadow, the cheeks and the lips. Okay, so we've done concealer, and actually what I meant to say was I've used this concealer brush by Beauty Pie. I bought quite a few Beauty Pie brushes when Angie of Hot and Flashy did her collaboration with BK Beauty. I was thinking about ordering the brushes, but you know, A, they're quite expensive, and B, they're shipping from the US, which obviously takes time. I mean, shipping all over the world is a problem at the moment. So I decided not to, and I saw this concealer brush, which had been recommended by Sally Hughes, a fantastic beauty journalist in the UK, and it looked a little bit like the Angie Hot and Flashy concealer brush. So I thought, well, why don't I just order a few from Beauty Pie, given that I've joined as a member, and they didn't cost me very much. I'll put the details down below for you. Anyway, I really like this brush. I think it's great. Right, so the next thing we're going to do is try these new eyeshadows, and I'm really excited about these. These are the James Molloy collaboration. So the eyeshadow palette is a quad, and it's a collaboration with the makeup artist James Molloy. And the blurb says, each feature 4 complementary shades to deliver multiple looks, bold, sexy and subtle, depending on how you apply them. Now it says you can apply these shadows with your fingers or with a brush, so let's open them. So we've got 4 shades. And let me swatch them for you and let me tell you what they say. So we'll go first with the JM005 Velvety Matte Tone, which is here. No, it's not. Just put my finger in the wrong one. It's this one. Oh, it feels lovely. So this one is, that one is the Velvety Matte Tone to create shape and contour when blended through the crease of the eye or as a standalone wash of colour across the lids. This one is 06 and it says a lightweight super shimmery topper shade, looks beautiful blended across a naked lid when you want to brighten your eyes, or can be layered over any of the shadows. Then 07, which is this one, and that is the frosted shade to add a richly pigmented dose of colour to the centre of the lids, or can be smudged around the eye for a more intense look. Finally, the deepest matte shade, which is 008, can be used to smoke out the eyes or can be pressed along the lash line as a liner. Now see, I really love the way they've described those colours. That's so helpful to me, because I often find with these massive palettes with sort of £26 or whatever, it's just too much. I just can't get the hang of any of them really, because I'm not a makeup artist and I just need a lot of help really when applying shadows. Otherwise I just have a go and then probably mess it up first or second time, or however many times I try. So I really appreciate the way that this has been described, and there they are again, just beautiful colours, quite intense. I'm not a massive shimmery fan, but I suppose it would be nice possibly to shimmer something up if you were going out in the evening. But I find as a mature woman with wrinkly old eyelids, a shimmer is not, particularly on its own, doesn't really do it for me. I need quite intense colour, and I might put a little bit of shimmer on the top or maybe in the corner of my eye, but that's about it. Anyway, without further ado, let's give them a go. So I think today I'm going to go for the two brown shades because we've also got an eyeliner. So I think we'll go with 05 and 08, and I'm going to use my Beauty Pie brush called for eyeshadow blending. I'm going to use it to put the transition shade on, which I'm going to use as this one is going to be the transition shade, which I think was the number 5, wasn't it? Okay, so there's quite a lot coming out there, so tap it off. That's quite a good colour already. It's going on well. I'm liking that. Although it looks quite light in the pan, it's actually quite a deep shade really. Because quite often, and certainly with the last lot of Beauty Pie eyeshadows I bought, the pigment was a bit rubbish. It just didn't do anything. See, I think that's pretty good. Oh, do you know what? I've forgotten to do my eyebrows, but we'll do those in a moment. Right, let's put that on the other side. I'm really liking the colour payoff with this eye quad, I must say. Right, let's go in with the deepest shade, this one here. And I'm going to, I think I'll just use my finger actually for this one. So I'm just going to put my finger in here. Oh, it does feel really nice and velvety. And look at the great pigment on that. It's very good, isn't it? And just deepen the colour, and then we'll blend afterwards. I'm very pleased with the pigment payoff with these eyeshadows. I must say they're a whole lot better than the previous palette that I had. Because I think with mature skin, you don't want something too wishy-washy. If you're going to put eyeshadow on, you want it to pay off. You want a decent colour, a bit of oomph. Now the next product we're going to use is what they call a gel liner, and it's this pencil here. But it's actually a pencil. Now, that what they say about it is Ultra Colour Pro Gel Liner, so £6.22 if you're a member. And I love this. They said if the women of NASA would have produced an eyeliner pencil, this would be it. And that made me think of that fantastic film Hidden Figures, which if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend. It says it's high-tech, long-wearing and unbeatably smooth, with an intense pigment and an extreme colour payoff. I like an extreme colour payoff. This eyeliner is waterproof, budge-proof and smudge-proof, and pretty much perfect. Well, let me be the judge of that. So let's try it out here first. Oh, well, I got a bit of a sort of smudge on there and a bit of a lump came out. So maybe I pressed too hard, but it's a beautifully dark colour. That's a really rich brown. Oh yeah, I didn't tell you what colour this is called. This is... oh yeah, Turkish Coffee. So let's see if it applies. I'm going to do it, actually, should we do it on the waterline? Let's give it a go on the waterline, and then I'll do a little bit above as well. making this a lot, but just before it sets, I'm going to go over it with a Beauty Pie brush just to kind of smudge it a little bit. Well, I must say, I really enjoyed using that pencil, and actually I'm wondering whether it might overtake my very favourite pencil, which is the L'Oreal Le Liner. I really liked it. Now, how long it'll last, I don't know, because it's already, as you can see, gone a bit, it's gone down quite a bit. So I presume you have to use a sharpener, but anyway, I will look into that and let you know. I'm just going to curl my lashes and put my mascara on now. So we've got two more products to try now, the cheeks and the lips. So with the cheeks, we've got this little pot here, which is called Super Cheek Cream Blush. Beautiful colour, look at that fantastic colour, which I think is called Bear Blush. So let's, oh God, I've got eyeshadow all over my hands. We don't want that, do we? Right, let's just take a bit on the free hand that hasn't got eyeshadow all over it. Oh, look at that beautiful colour. That is absolutely fabulous. And I'm going to use this finger, I think, because it's the only clean one, to apply the blush. So let's see. Oh, look at that colour. Now that's proper pigment, isn't it? That really is. That is proper pigment. How gorgeous. And it feels beautifully creamy. Now I'm going to use my brush, even though normally you wouldn't use a brush, would you, for cream blusher, but just because my fingers are a bit mucky. But let's see if it works with a, might not work terribly well with a brush, but we can see. Well, that is a fantastic colour, that. I absolutely love that. Oh, that's so nice. Now I may have gone a bit over the top, so let me just get my blending brush. Love this one from Charlotte Tilbury, just to blend it in. But I think that's a beautiful flush of colour. I really do. And it's my colour. It's absolutely my colour. Nice and pinky on the cool side. Oh yeah, I love that. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm seriously impressed with the makeup product so far. But let's try the final product, which is the Wonderglow Collagen Lip Oil. Now I'm going to caveat this by saying I don't like a glossy lip. In fact, I've just done a video where I talked about not using a glossy lip. I think it was in the Nars. Yes, that's right, it was the Nars video that I've done recently. I really don't like a glossy lip, but it's because it said it had collagen and it was a lip oil and it's fragrance free. I just thought, well, I need to try it really just to see, because my lips have been quite dry lately. So let's give it a go. So this is it here. So Wonderglow Collagen Lip Oil, and I'm in Nude Nectar, or at least that's the shade I've chosen. It says it delivers balm, shine and deep nourishment in a single slick. Imported from Italy, supercharged oil gives a sheer kiss of colour with a shiny, balmy, hydrating finish. Not all day sticky, it's infused with collagen AC microvectors, antioxidant cherry and hibiscus oils, and a hint of shimmer. I'm hoping, as I say, it doesn't have any parfum or fragrance in it because it's not listed. It comes in a little mini doe foot applicator. Oh, whoa, that's quite vanilla-y, the scent. Oh, do you know, I'm quite liking that. Interesting. It you can see more colour on the bottom lip than you can on the top, but I suppose that's because my top lip is smaller. It's funny, it's a little bit more red, or it's got more of a red tone than I was expecting. I thought it would be a little bit more pinky, but I'm kind of quite liking it. And it might go well with the eyeshadow as well. What do you think? So there you have it. What do you think? I must say I am impressed, but let's go over the products one by one again. So the primer, as I say, the jury's out because I'm not a primer wearer. So what I really need to do is give it a proper test and try the primer on one side with the foundation and then the other side with just regular foundation and no primer, which I will do. In fact, let me know in the comments below if you'd like me to do that, and I could probably test out 2 or 3 primers. I have still got the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, which I don't think has fragrance in it either, so I could do a little test of the two. If you fancy that, let me know in the comments below. So primer, the jury's out, but all the other products, so let's take them one by one. I absolutely love the eyeshadow quad. I think it's beautiful. I think the shades are fabulous. I would definitely experiment with the other two shadows as well, particularly this pinky one, which I really like the look of. That's right up my street. So I do think this is a lovely quad, and it's a beautiful packaging. Look at that lovely case. It looks really great. It feels solid in the hand. Very impressed with the quad. Super impressed also with the pencil. My only caveat would be that it might run out quite quickly, but it went on really well. It glided on. It's got lots of pigment. I mean, to be honest, you probably don't need a black if you were looking for something quite sort of strong and pigmented. If you didn't want to go black, if you're like me and you've got mature skin, sometimes a black can look a little bit too harsh. So really liking this pencil. Absolutely loving the blush. I think it was a beautiful colour. Really impressed with this as well. And then finally, the lip balm. Now, as I say, I'm not really a glossy lip girl, but it does feel nice on the skin. It doesn't feel really sticky. I mean, I'm conscious that it's on. It's a bit like when you put Vaseline on or some other lip balm. So I can feel that it's on, but maybe the jury's out a bit with the lip balm. But I'm going to keep trying it because my lips are dry, and if it doesn't have fragrance and it doesn't say, well, it doesn't say whether it's got it or it hasn't got it, which is a bit confusing. But when you look at the list of ingredients, it doesn't look like there's anything citral related. So that's why I'm hoping it's going to be suitable for my skin. So there you have it. That is my deep dive into makeup by Beauty Pie for the mature woman. If you found this video helpful, informative, or even amusing, please consider subscribing to the channel, giving me a thumbs up and hitting the notification bell. I'm so grateful you're here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll look forward to seeing you on my next video. Bye.